Welcome, everybody. So coming in, some of you heard, I just love that beautiful music at the beginning. I'm just noticing sound. Questioning the sound. Somebody's saying, is the sound weird? I think it's a okay on my end. Everybody can hear me okay? Okay, good. Nodding, yes. So we're okay here. And isn't that just one of the ways we take in the world, with sound, hearing, and all these thoughts that come in and have their voices and loudness and demands. So taking a moment here at the beginning, we actually get to dive into the pool that sometimes looks a bit murky and dark by seeing these thoughts that repeat themselves. And just opening up to that, we're going to do that in this, from this place of looking, the observer that can look and witness. So everybody, for a moment, taking just a moment here to relax your body. Notice what is holding you, supporting you, doing the work for you right now. Feeling how you're okay, no matter what you've ever thought or experienced. There's something that has a thread of life, light, that's steady. Here you are now. This feeling, being with that. What's it like to notice how supported you are, how held, even if the mind is busy, even if you've been worried, frightened, disappointed. See what it's like. What's it like to touch that? Open up to it. Allow it to be here. Just relax, soften. Not fight, not even with your mind so much. Letting it be the way it is. What's it like to take a moment and let everything be the way it is? Who are you without your story? What's here without my thoughts about it? Unknown, mysterious, held. What's it like to notice you're being supported? And how safe it is to take a look at these thoughts that are so, like, seem so penetrating, busy, loud. So since they've been calling for attention, let's look at them. We'll just turn toward them. Okay that you're here, thoughts. Don't need to get rid of you. Don't need to change you. Curious. I want to inquire. I love learning. So find a situation or a person, doesn't matter from where in your life, just see what rises up, what bubbles up. Maybe you came knowing, ooh, this is a problem. And also maybe you came thinking, I'm going to do the work on such and such, and now something is different. Something else has occurred to you. Let's see what it is. What does your mind say? I don't like it. Where does it say that? Oh, this is dangerous. These things are okay, but not that. I don't like that moment. I don't like this condition. I don't like this situation. And it's okay if you notice there's a lot of them. Totally okay to notice that. Nothing's wrong. Just open up to nothing's wrong with me, that I have thoughts, I have objections to life. It's a mind doing what it does. It's okay. And so just see where when you look and you kind of sense and you're with that, with life, the way it's running, where you're like, ah, something tightens up against it, either just a little bit or really strongly. Maybe the mind starts to think, I have to do something about that. I need to get rid of this. I need to fix it. This is not acceptable. I don't like it. So just letting that all come on in. Letting it be there. And as you stand and look at your life and feel where you've had that, oh, this is a problem. You might see a person or a thing like money, or an object, or a place, body part, disease. That's dangerous. I don't like it. That bothered me. That bothers me. We're just actually saying, come on in. I want to look. This scares me. I don't like it. This upsets me. I'm taking a stand. Something in me is taking a stand against it. And we're not doing this work to try to make friends with it and like it if we don't. I'm just curious, though. I'm so curious. I want to see without assuming. So as you take a look and see your life, looking at what's happened, where things have happened, what's gone on. Doesn't matter if something comes to you from way back in memory time or yesterday. And okay to notice how much judgment will be towards the self. I don't have a problem with the world, but it's me that I have a problem with. And just see, I like noticing it's between me, there's a dance between me and this world and reality, or else I wouldn't have a trouble with whatever this one is. So in what situations, when you're sleeping, you're not upset with yourself? When you're not remembering to be upset with yourself, you're not upset with yourself. So in what situations, how do you know? Where's your proof? It's just expanding, watching. It's about relating. How I'm relating to the world. Where's my proof that how I've done it isn't right? What was happening? How do I know? What's the picture? Who said so? When did that first occur to me? That's a good one for those self-judgments. You weren't born thinking this. So just see, allow yourself to see, the life go by and then something clenched, very difficult. And just let your mind pause on that situation. Like we're going in, going into the cave. We're going to go see. So like a meditation of listening, just listening and letting ourselves be as childish and judgmental and emotional and whatever it is, babyish, non-PC, whatever it actually sounds like, just honest. Nobody ever has to share what they're writing, but I like it. It's when it's written down, doesn't get squirrely and change around and, oh, let's forget about that. I can write it, write my Judge Your Neighbor worksheet and see what it is. Something is communicating, even if it looks embarrassing or shameful, or like I shouldn't even write that. I'm like, it's okay, let's write that. So much freedom I found in writing it down. So that part that can open up to, so compassionate with this mind that's upset. All parts of us here. So in that situation, you see that image and picture and what went down and how you felt right there. We're connecting to that part that's really disturbed, troubled thought. in that situation, I'm upset with whoever it is, whatever it is, and be sure that if it looks like you're turning your attention to yourself, you're also seeing, well, in what is the situation that's going on that would cause me to be upset with myself. I get upset with myself next. First of all, this thing happens. So I'm upset with that I'm seeing and taking in, that person. I'll use person because it's easiest, seems like. I'm upset with him or her or them because, and write down why. And nice to be very simple. Kind of blunt. Why is this upsetting? Really see what is this? What am I assuming? What's happening here? I'm upset in this situation because number two, how do you want what you're looking at to change? How do you want it to change? Demand. This is not it. I want it to change a different way. I want this to stop. Just see whatever it is. Very simple, kind of blunt, if you can be. And okay, if it just comes out differently, more wordy, that's how I am. But nice to be just so simple too. How do you want them to change? Speaking from the emotion, from the trouble. Aggressive, angry, disappointed. How do you want them to change? The third question, you see how we want them to change. You can slow me down if you need to be slower. What advice would you give so they can make that change? Like what would you suggest? What should they do or not do? Given who they are, what would be the best plan of action they should? What should they do or think or feel or notice? Just see. Recommendation, advice. Okay, if you've said it many times, if you've said it to this person, let's see, it's the best I can come up with. What can I come up with that would really work? That would help. So that this change could happen. And then number 4, what do you need from this person, this thing, what you're looking at? What do you need from it, from them, in order to be happy? I love the question. In order for me to be happy, I need, like, wow, happy in this situation? But just see, what would I need? And the mind might say it's impossible to be happy in this situation. But let yourself kind of open up to that. What would it take? What do you need? In order for me to be happy, I need, what do you want that out there in reality, or that person, that thing, to think or feel or say or do? Any of that's okay to identify. Even if part of your mind might be saying, you can't tell people what to think. You just notice, wow, though, if that happened, I'd be happy. Like we're not letting our minds come in and interrupt this search, this wanting to see, the things that feel like we're not allowed to ask for or admit. And number 5, what do you think of this that you're looking at, this person, this thing, this place, thing you have objection to in this situation? Honestly, how would you describe them? What do you think of them? Usually just a word, comma, word, comma. They are, it is. That quality, those qualities that you just think, oh, wrong, don't like it, dangerous. Really let yourself just say it. And the last question, what is it you never want to experience again that you did experience in this situation? What piece and part of it, like how would you say it? I don't ever want, I don't ever want, I don't ever want that to happen like that. I don't ever want to, however it comes out, experience. What do I not want to experience? Ever, ever again. All this feels so messy and difficult and problematic and emotional and troubling. All these, the movie, the picture painted, feels so harsh. And there might be judgments about these judgments. Okay that they're there. I love, it's been like just mind blowing to identify them and let them be there. And then this work. Okay, I'm a human being having thoughts. Not wrong to have these thoughts. It's what thinking is, what thinking does. It turns out thought. Okay, so it's like gold, you know, you keep it like gold. I mean, doesn't seem like it, but that you've got it written down. I'm willing to have this, and just to take it slow, you know, from here, even if in this moment, in this meditation, you don't do the work on it yet, you know what to do with it. I can just take one thought, ask someone to ask me the 4 questions and find the turnarounds. Just be with them, one thought at a time. And it's not about becoming passive. Okay, so who would like to do the work? Who feels brave? Let's see, I think Shira's hand went up first. And then we'll see how much time we got. Beautiful. All right, Shira. Oh, good, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, my dear, so let's have you maybe read your worksheet, and you know, you can briefly tell us your situation too.
Okay. Well, I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and that's my issue, and that's what I'm.
Perfect. So yeah, really good. Yeah.
I'm afraid of, what did I say here? I'm afraid of my body because it has Parkinson's. It's like it's become a stranger to me and out of control. And yeah, some things there's just no way that I can stop it from happening.
Yeah. Okay. So my body and Parkinson's, this visitor that feels very unwelcome.
Yes.
Very. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like a stranger took over my body.
Yes. So what'd you write in your number 1? How did you write it?
I wrote, I am afraid of my body because it has Parkinson's. I couldn't come up with exactly the right
Yeah.
thing. So, okay.
Yeah. So, okay. And if it's all right, does it fit for you to just say I'm afraid of Parkinson's?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I guess I put the body in because I know that you've said it's good to do it on something else. But I guess the something else is Parkinson's, so then that works.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is an amazing one because so much happens in life, doesn't it? Everyone's had that experience of here comes something incoming, incoming
Right.
disease, diagnosis,
Yeah.
injury, something happening to the body, even aging itself.
This is true. I could do it on aging as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And in this case, this Parkinson's, you know, just watching. So everybody hold it. You know, here's something happening. Something seems like it's new in the body. And it's a threat.
Yeah.
It's not my friend.
No, for sure not.
So I love that this can be, you know, so we have Parkinson's, and just allow yourself to notice anything without judgment. Like, you know, all the graying hair and not much more time or whatever. I notice these kind of things crossing, you know, come through the mind.
Mhm.
It's like, it's this It means something. Here's what it means. It's a threat. Yeah, Teresa sharing, I'm afraid of high blood sugar. So okay to just share and put in the chat too as you follow along. So here's this thing coming in, pain.
Pain, yeah.
Okay, so there you are. There's Parkinson's in the body. Okay. And is there a situation when it feels strong, like it's present and there, like symptoms or sensations?
Yeah, a tremor in my left hand, which happens erratically. I lose my balance. I kind of fall to one side. And the latest is that my body at night when I go to bed or have to get up for the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, my body is so heavy I can barely lift it out of bed and back into bed.
Okay. So it's good. Just watching the experience. This is Parkinson's, the heaviness. This is Parkinson's, the tremor. This is just seeing it, just being with it. Afraid. All right.
And I know, they all tell me, but to say, embrace it, don't resist it, allow it to be there. But
Well, that's kind of hard to skip over all the way to there, right? And we don't know. I mean, it's almost like this has to be sat with and seen, because what does embrace mean to you? It might be different than whatever, and all well intentioned. So it's like, just there they are, offering whatever they offer. They care.
right.
But this embracing thing, okay, we don't have to just have a plan that we're going to do this work and then embrace.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And I love Anne sharing, I'm afraid of death, mine, but even more other people's. Yeah, this visitation of death. And Wanda, I'm afraid of how much I love resting and watching TV. I resent fatigue. There's this feeling of fatigue. Don't like it. Get it out of here. Don't want it. Good one. Okay. So holding that sensation. So that heaviness, Shura, that hand tremor. Okay. So already lost exactly how you said it. I'm afraid of my body because it has Parkinson's.
Yeah, I said I'm afraid of my body because it has Parkinson's, but then you said I'm afraid of Parkinson's. Shorten it up.
Sure. Okay. So I'm afraid of this. And let's see what you said for what you want. Just noticing, here's the fear. Fear has entered. We got it.
Yeah.
How do
So
you want it?
I want it to change.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be healthy. I want to have my posture be strong. That's one of my big issues.
Yeah.
Over and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to have any more symptoms.
Okay. So good. I don't want this.
Right.
Everybody find that. I don't want this. Heavy, can't barely get out of bed, tremor. And this can be like, I don't want it. You see the moment, and everybody, you can see your little collection of symptoms or that situation, even if it's not happening now and it happened before in the past. You might notice, I don't ever want that to happen again. I don't want to break my leg again. I don't want to, Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't want this. I don't want these symptoms. Okay, so let's just honest. We're being so honest.
Yeah.
We're looking. So
Yeah.
is it true? Might seem like a almost ridiculous question. Just see, is it true? I don't want these symptoms. I don't want Parkinson's. I don't want it to be here. Is it true?
Yeah. It is true. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And just see, as you say, no, yes, it's true. I don't want it. I don't like it. Can you absolutely know? You know, it's a threat. I don't want it. It's dangerous.
Would I be asking, is it true that it's dangerous, or is it
Yeah,
true that I want it?
yeah, I don't want it. And just to see why we don't want it, you know, it's dangerous. I don't like it. But just see, is it absolutely true? I don't want it.
Yes.
Okay. And I find that powerful to see, like, yeah, when I come back to this, I don't like it. I don't want it.
Yeah. Why would anybody want it?
Well, interesting. I mean, just notice if you don't want it at all, constantly, every single second. Do you remember that you don't want it every minute?
No, that's true. A lot of the day, I don't even think about it.
Nice to notice.
Hmm.
Very nice to notice.
Yeah.
And are you sure it takes away everything that you think it takes away? Like, you know, it's a threat. We have it, it's in the threat department.
Hmm.
And I like just noticing, am I sure it means everything I think it means? Now we'll just get to that. That might be too big of a question here, but is it true? Is it the absolute truth? I don't want it to be here. And it's okay if I just say, yes, I don't want it. It'd be
Yeah.
so much happier if it went away. Yeah.
I could be enlightened, and say, oh, it's not absolutely true, but it feels like it's absolutely true.
Yes. Which I love, you know, we just get to have, yeah. And fun to think that I imagine if I was enlightened, I wouldn't care. It'd be fine. I'd answer no. That would be the enlightened answer.
That's right.
We don't know that. Do I know that that's true? No. So there's no, we don't, we're just open, unknown. It's a yes. It's absolutely true. I don't want it. That's what it is. That's the truth right now. That's my honest answer.
Yes.
Okay. What happens when I think it? I don't want it to be here. I don't want these symptoms. Just see where your mind travels and what happens in your body.
I I get scared. I worry about the future, what's going to get worse. I put a lot of attention on my body. I get preoccupied with what's happening, the tremor, for example.
Mm.
And ask me the question again, please.
What happens? Love you asked that for the question. What happens? How do you react when you think,
Okay.
I don't want these symptoms? I don't want Parkinson's.
I get panicked. I try to learn as much as I can. So I'm on the internet a lot of the day,
Mhm.
scanning, what can I learn? What can I do? And then I get, in a panic, like, should I do X or Y or Z? I don't know which one to do. And
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a good one for others too. Just share if you want. You can even take yourself off mute because this, you know, this is going into something that feels threatening commonly. What happens when you think, I don't want this? No. How do you react?
And it preoccupies me so that, like, when I'm doing other stuff or being with other people, I often bring it up as a topic of conversation. Well, I have Parkinson's. I mean, kind of, I don't know. I just feel like I have to tell people. I don't know why.
Yeah. Good to notice, you know, I want other people to know. I share it with them. Nothing wrong, but I might be just aware. It's the topic
Mm-hmm.
at hand. I'm nervous. I like how some people are saying, I'm afraid of losing something. Like Dina, I'm afraid of losing my ability to take those long walks. So you see yourself in the future
Yes.
where this is going.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm the one who can't take long walks anymore. And
Yeah.
you know, and Ludo, helpful. I have pictures of somebody. I have a picture of a person looking at me and finding me ugly.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. Or finding it sorrowful, or, oh, that's terror, that's bad. It just might be saying that, yep, it's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm on guard too, like, because some of the symptoms, like one of the symptoms is your often face gets flat, like you don't have expression in it. And I'm worried that that's going to happen to me. So I'm now asking like my family, please notice, pay attention, because I probably won't realize that. So please pay attention to what my face looks at and tell me if that's happening, so maybe I can do something about it. So
Yes. Yeah.
I'm bringing in other people to
Yeah.
participate in this.
Yeah. And I love this Teresa sharing war. How do
Yeah.
I react when I think this thought? War, exhaustion, panic, fear. I beat myself up. It's all my fault. I'm doing something wrong. I
Yeah.
want to give up.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing how it'll go back, and if your mind is like mine, it'll go back and see like, well, if I had done that differently, then this might not be happening now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I could have done something.
Or even the last minute, I could have done something a minute ago. I could have exercised more, or I could have meditated more, or whatever. It's just like,
Yes. I could have done more to get to that enlightened place where I would have answered no to, is the question, is it true? Should have done that at least. Yeah. Scurry, scurry, scurry.
uh-huh.
And share. I feel like I'm bad for not being accepting of what is.
Yeah, exactly.
And Anne, I'm afraid of only being the mom of the dead kid,
Hmm.
not being able to go on living. Yeah. This is my identity.
Yeah.
I'm the person that's got this.
Mhm.
Powerful to notice. I'm the one that's here and might be going there, to that even worse place.
Yeah, right. And also that it's in the way of other stuff in my life that I want to, maybe I want to move to New Zealand to be with my daughter and grandchildren. But probably they won't let me in because I have Parkinson's and they have healthcare, state healthcare there. So they wouldn't want me there because they'd have to pay for my healthcare. So it's a
Yeah.
little like I don't know what the expression is, but there's something bad about me that I'm not acceptable.
So good to see. Yeah. And
Like
a lot of that coming in, and I might not even know the facts, or be doing anything yet.
yeah.
And I love Wanda noticing past images. My father died loving to watch TV and disengage from life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to live and die in front of the TV on the couch. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm living my label with Andy. Yeah. Yeah. Here I am, the one who, and they're acting like that too. They're showing me. That's my experience. These people, we talk about Parkinson's,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I find my proof. I get, I just notice, okay, I don't want this. And how do you treat the event itself, the disease itself, the thing itself? Parkinson's. How do you treat it in your mind?
Yeah, in my mind, I treat it like an enemy, that it's doing some bad things to me, that that it's really unknowable. It's like it's a mystery that I'm not curious about. Mystery that it's like out of control. I'm just
Yeah.
not in control.
Yeah. Yeah. There you are. And I just as soon not know anything about you.
Right, right.
Yeah. Never want to see you again. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So here's this great question. So who would you be without the thought, I don't want this here? Because here
I'd,
it is. Here it is.
I'd be relaxed. I'd be uh, I'd be accepting. I'd be sort of casual, like, you know, I'm just realizing I have other health issues, and so it's the same problem as Parkinson's. And it's like to say I'd be relaxed is really would be amazing about my body in general, not just with Parkinson's, but of course with Parkinson's. My mind would be free to participate in life and to engage in other uh, pursuits and go on vacations and you know just be present rather than trying to escape.
Just see, I hear you say if you're not believing, I don't want Parkinson's here, I don't want it to be in my life at all. I have this other, my mind even can be open to other things. My mind can go on vacation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's other things that I can do, and just notice how those things are actually still happening. You're not thinking Parkinson's, 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 Parkinson's every single second.
Right.
You totally forget about it sometimes. Your mind really does go on vacation.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Somewhere else. I kind of forgot Parkinson's was around.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it comes, oh yeah, right, you're here.
Yeah, and if I didn't have the thought, I'd have a lot more free time. I spend a lot of time like going to the acupuncture, going to the doctor, searching the internet. So hours a day, and I have a lot of more free time to just do other things. I mean, there's a lot of things I'm interested in that are not Parkinson's.
Awesome. And I love noticing those things I'm still interested in. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very curious about those things. So having Parkinson's come along didn't take away my interest in those other things.
Right. Well, it did partially because, I feel like, what's the point of doing these other things?
That's only when you're remembering, I don't want Parkinson's to be here.
Well, I'm not remembering it. Yeah, that my life is good. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
joy and satisfaction. Yeah.
Yeah. So coming to the edge, just being right on the edge of this, I mean by the edge is sort of right on allowing the mind to relax just a little more, with this, here's this condition labeled Parkinson's, or labeled blood sugar, or labeled ugly, or labeled death. There's this condition without the thought, it shouldn't be here. I don't want it.
I'd be accepting. It's like, okay, so my hand trembles. That's just what it's doing.
Can be kind of fascinating sometimes, like, well, look at that. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. That is amazing. What is going on? Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Or even not even noticing it. And sometimes that's the case. But like just going about my way, doing whatever I'm doing, and not, if my hand trembles, it just trembles.
Okay, so not scare myself. I don't have to scare myself
Mm-hmm.
with this.
Yeah. Right. care of myself.
Yeah, and Wanda, beautiful. I like let go of the label lazy,
Mm,
slothful, you know, all the list that you have, like in number 5, you know, that all that I don't know, I don't know, I
yeah.
don't know. What's the reality? This seems to exist in this world, this thing called that somebody's labeled, you know, along the way, Parkinson's. What's the reality that seems to be present?
And I wouldn't be embarrassed because there is that feeling that I'm weak, I'm susceptible, I'm
Yeah.
just, you know,
If it
so,
doesn't mean, yeah, if I can't know that it means things that are terrible about me,
mhm,
if I'm not identified, like Parkinson's is happening to me. Is
yeah.
it true? Is it true?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of controversy over Parkinson's, whether it really is a thing, or is it just a collection of symptoms that they then label Parkinson's, but they really don't know what they're talking about. And that's so if I didn't have the thought uh, that I don't want Parkinson's, it wouldn't be like a thing, it would be like just stuff going on in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, what I'm not remembering about Parkinson's, it's just not even there for a little bit. You know, I'm having a conversation about something completely different, or I'm doing this other thing over here. It's like it doesn't even exist. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
yeah. Okay. And that's so sweet, Teresa. You know, without the thought, I'm curious, present, open. I see that I'm okay. I'm actually fine. Nothing is wrong. I mean, I'm still here. Nature of this lifetime is to apparently temporarily be here in the body. We don't really know exactly what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on, like
Right.
how we get here or there or whatever's happening. So nothing's wrong without the thought.
Mm.
Isn't that interesting? Without the thought,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
it's wrong.
Yeah. It's like if I could turn my mind off.
And even if you let your mind, like if it's a little machine, you know,
Mhm.
busy, just go activated, doing what it does. I mean, you're the one in charge of your mind. Is that true?
No.
No. So letting you're not in charge of your heart beating or the breathing that's going on or the air that's in your atmosphere around you. You're not in charge of thought either.
Mhm.
Just let it be there though. That's what's nice is can I be here even if thought is doing what it does?
Yeah.
So amazing to notice. So Anne sharing, I'm scared of the depth of my grief sometimes, and other times I don't seem to feel anything. Isn't that amazing how it shifts like the ocean, waves? Many people act as though it's contagious. They approach me carefully. They are afraid to join me there, and others fall on me sobbing and can't regulate their own emotions. So I want to avoid them too.
Oh,
But
boy.
without the thoughts,
Mhm.
I accept where I am in each moment. And maybe I can also accept the people as they approach me or avoid me. I'm in my own process. I still feel connected to my son. I
Mhm.
can be in that expansive place, and there's a person or two I can share that with sometimes. Yeah, without the thought, and okay that the thought comes through, I'm just letting my mind wonder, because it loves questions, what it's like without the thought. Let it explore that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love Sandy saying this. I don't know how to stop taking score, measuring my weight, my food, the size of my pants, and how they fit. I like noticing just that it gets, oh my gosh, busy, you know, you know, like gotta, gotta oversee it, gotta watch. And I don't know how, maybe we don't need to know how. I just like wondering if I can't stop that. I stop trying to stop it. I don't know.
You know, it's like I'm separate from my body. There's this antagonist out there.
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking about Parkinson's. I'm not separate from my body. I'm whole now.
Ah, yeah. Inhabiting it here. And here, isn't that cool? Something's here, like this little envelope that the body is, I'm in, looking out of it. Yeah. And okay that it's temporary.
It is temporary, right? I mean, to keep remembering that it's going to end no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, everybody finding that like it remarkable. It's okay that this body is temporary.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. That's really arguing with reality to say it's not okay. It is temporary. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like what Sandy says, stop trying to stop it. That's right.
Yeah. Like a little, you know, letting it, it's got a soundtrack. You know, the mind has a soundtrack. It's like about things it doesn't like. And it just seems to interest in survival. So it's going to say, I don't like this. I don't like that, especially with disease or ailments, conditions, the temporariness, anything that leads to death.
Right. Or just being sick. I mean, actually, I feel like I'm more afraid of being sick and incapable of taking.
Suffering, don't want to suffer, don't want to suffer. So, and just notice those are pictures in the head of what it looks like, what I've seen. Yeah, I love this, Wanda. I'd be able to enjoy TV shows and rest with my husband, knowing I'm not my dad and I have a full enough life and it could be fuller in the future. And then I may have more energy to do more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's turn it around. Okay. So I don't want this Parkinson's. I want it to go away. I want it out of here. It's okay that it's here. Amazing. It's okay that this is the way it is. This thing called Parkinson's has come to visit. Even the tiniest drop of a awareness of that turnaround. It's actually okay that it's here.
So that's the turnaround. It's okay that it's here.
What was your original? I don't want it.
I don't want,
Yeah.
Parkinson's.
Yeah. I do want it.
You want Parkinson's.
And sometimes, you know, like actually wanting it's pretty strong. So we're just like relaxing with that it is here. Like maybe it's hard to find turnaround examples for you, like, yay, I want it. But well, so just come a little bit, you know, dial it down a little bit if we need to.
Yeah, I mean, originally I was saying, I am afraid of Parkinson's. And maybe that's like, I'm not afraid of Parkinson's.
Not afraid of it.
Quite
good. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm supposed to come up with 3 examples of that. Is that right?
Yes, that's a good one. Yes, it's the invitation.
Well, certainly when I'm not thinking about it, I'm not afraid. Um, and uh, and even sometimes when I think about having it, I say to myself, well, it could progress really slowly. I don't know. I mean, I could have it for the rest of my life and not have it interfere very much with my life. So I say that to myself sometimes. And
Notice how it's already, that's sort of in the future, which is possible. And then even right now, where is it not interfering?
well, like right now, I'm here. I'm not. My hand is not trembling. My balance is fine.
You're able to do this work and join us on this call.
Yes.
Didn't prevent you from that.
Yeah. And I think also my research that I'm doing it in a mood of finding out, exploring, curious, as opposed to I'm afraid to look and covering my eyes kind of thing.
Ah, yeah. Like, yeah, wow. I'm really, oh, this has come along here. And so, wow, this is something I'm going to get to review and look and see what's out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like, yeah, I'm not afraid of it. It doesn't interrupt my love for the people I live with, that I'm close to.
Mm.
I still connect with my daughter and her children in New Zealand.
Oh, so
Whether I,
oh, that's me. I thought you were reading something in the chat.
no, you just notice that it doesn't change how much you love them and being able to connect with them online or on the phone.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of the time I'm not afraid.
So good to notice that. Isn't that good to notice?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like all or nothing the way I usually think about it.
I also like noticing, you can just see is even when I'm afraid, there's the tremor, there's that heavy feeling, and there's it sort of comes like a burst, and then that even has a movement to it. It doesn't stay like it peaked up dialed up at a top level. It kind of has a burst and then it relaxes. If anybody's ever experienced adrenaline, it feels like a shooting feeling and then it dies away. It's
Mhm.
not just up there all the time, like this is terrible.
Right.
It's even a panic attack kind of has a cycle, and something happens and it comes back down. The wave comes back down.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think Jen's saying, without the thought, I get to have my time with me. I get to come back to myself instead of abandoning myself.
Mhm.
I get
Yeah.
to trust my love for him, for me. I get to see what else is here besides the disease. Yeah.
True. That's right. That's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't aren't I so curious about that? What else is here besides this thing that I'm objecting to? Because that's
Mhm.
even with people that are
Mhm.
bugging you. Conditions, behavior, what else is here? Because it gets spotlighted on the thing that we don't like.
Mhm.
What else is here?
Yeah. Most of the day, I don't have symptoms or anything. I'm just going along doing whatever it is I'm doing. Yeah.
So nice. Awesome. Yeah. So it's like, I don't mind. Like, I don't mind having it. I don't
That's
mind.
like that.
So I'm not afraid of it. It's okay that it's visiting. And you can see, if you're ready, leaning into it. It's it's actually interesting to me that it's here. It's got something, it's an invitation that I'm curious about.
Well, yeah, and it's one of the theories is that it's caused by uh, adrenaline. You know that I operate on high adrenaline and stops the dopamine from flowing. So in a way, this is a gift for me to slow down and be calmer and meditate more and just enjoy life more. All that will supposedly anyway help the symptoms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, isn't it my heart's desire to be more connected with this inner self, whatever that is, the mystery of it.
Yeah.
And I want that even before Parkinson's came.
I did. That's for sure. I did, and I was struggling to do
Yeah.
it, to take the actions that needed. So maybe this is a
Hmm.
invitation to do what I always or recently felt like I really needed to do, wanted to do, but somehow didn't make the time for. And now I'm doing more of that. Yeah.
So, Anne sharing, to my untrained non-surfer eye, it looks super dangerous.
Mm.
But I've been here almost an hour and no one has gotten hurt or died. You're at the ocean. And maybe my mind doesn't know everything. And maybe even death isn't something to fear. I think that the truth is I've been afraid to live.
Yeah.
My son was a surfer. He was on his way to surf when he died.
Mm.
How am I not really living? How can I be excited to live, even in this situation that at times feels impossible?
Yeah.
Thank you for this work.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Which I love, if it fits. It's like this thing called Parkinson's, like death. I love that Anne just found I'm afraid to live, actually. I'm afraid to not have Parkinson's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid of life without Parkinson's.
Yes, there's
Strange.
a lot of truth to that. It's like it's an excuse for me. In fact, that I think that might be why I tell people I have Parkinson's, because it's like an excuse for why I'm not doing whatever I'm not doing, or worrying about whatever I'm worrying, whatever it is. It's like, okay, the excuse is I have Parkinson's.
Right. Maybe I needed something to just trust. It's like trusting. Maybe I need something to kind of settle something down, and who knows?
Yeah.
And I can inquire. I can inquire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Hmm. Wanda, I could look at the amount of time I sit in front of the TV. Am I doing a bit of hiding from life? It could be a new adventure into something.
Mm-hmm.
What a lovely way to be with that, instead of like, this is terrible, like just, wow, I love stories. I love being told, shown a show in front of TV. Why does TV exist? I mean, people love shows. We love stories. I love stories. And I might be wanting a new adventure. It might be interesting to me to just see what that's like. Might be very curious about it. Silence, or what else is here besides storytelling? And doesn't mean one of them's good or bad, right? That's important.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell a good story instead of a bad story.
That's that's it too, Yeah, it's an option to notice. Yeah. I don't have to repeat, and it's okay if I do, it's not wrong.
Mhm.
But I love I think Sandy was saying, that's one of my old favorites. It's just like watching weight and health and this, and is it right? And do I need to measure and keep the data? And like, could it be that I'm afraid if that was just suddenly nothing I paid attention to?
Mm-hmm.
Am I afraid? Something a little like an in-breath, like, ah, what's here without all that?
Yeah. Telling my husband I'm still on the call. Don't make noise.
Lost my notebook.
I'm thinking here that a turnaround that I don't want me, as opposed to I don't want Parkinson's.
Yeah, I don't, like, yeah, see what fits. I don't want me. I don't want my thoughts about Parkinson's, this thinking about Parkinson's,
my thoughts about Parkinson's.
my Parkinsonian thoughts, my trembling thoughts,
Yeah.
my weight and heavy, heavy, heavy thoughts,
Yeah.
my frantic thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I mean, there is something to that, just noticing the turnaround. I don't want me. Huh. Have I been saying that?
I've been saying that a lot. Yeah. Yeah. This is a chance to stop saying that, to say I want me.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't even know sometimes what this me is that we don't want.
That's right. That's true too.
I'm just
Yeah.
sure we don't want it.
Get to know myself better.
Yeah. Who am I? What is going on here? Who am I?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Maybe I'm more curious than I
Mm-hmm.
imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's all is possible here with this, so I could just really look at it that way.
Yeah. Letting it all be here the way it is. I love how Anne sharing, my thoughts are much scarier than the reality of death.
Yeah, well, right. You said the way it is, but there is no way it is. It's the way I say it is. My mind going over and over this stuff. I could say it differently.
Yes. Yeah. And I love Teresa's sharing, when I'm rejecting Parkinson's, I'm rejecting my body
Mm-hmm.
and me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And May, I notice when I don't want me, I assume others don't also.
Yeah.
And Sandy, letting my mind take score and congratulate it for doing the one thing it knows how to do.
Drive me crazy.
Yeah, it's just going to work. It's like a servant. Very, really good.
Yeah, it's a good training ground, a really good training ground for me to manage my my thoughts, not to succumb to them and to shift them and all that. It's
Yeah.
like a good sampling, sort of whatever, a focal point, If I can do it with Parkinson's, I can do it with many other things.
Wow. Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
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 So
Thank you. Thank you.
welcome. And worth saying the other turnaround, that thing that I don't like that I'm looking at,
Mm-hmm.
that condition or that way, and in this case, Parkinson's, it might not want my thinking.
Oh, that's interesting. Hmm.
I mean, there it is, being itself, energy, a visitation, something that we don't, we're just assuming it's a killer, out to get me.
Yep.
I'm upset with it. And maybe it would like me to stop being that way. Maybe it thinks my thoughts are like killer thoughts, and
Mm.
it's not in a very kind, environment.
Yeah, that I can't really lean into that one.
Yeah, it's okay. I
It's
just
like,
remember I love Katie long ago. I did this work on cancer, having cancer myself. And I remember Katie saying, cancer has a right to life.
mm,
I mean, mind has a right to life. Mind thinking all the stuff that it thinks,
yes, right.
getting busy, adding and subtracting and wondering and researching and the basic stuff that it's can tend to do. 1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah,
I mean, it has a right to life.
that's true. That's true. Right, right.
I don't have to, what if I didn't have to, shut it down?
Mhm.
Maybe it doesn't want me to. Maybe it doesn't want me to.
Yeah, yeah, and not to have to put it, bury it somewhere, but to let it be.
Yeah. Mm, yeah. It's just to see.
Hmm.
Might have I mean, that's going pretty far, but it might have a gift. But I found that to be the case, like you have found today.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
And all the people doing this, there might be a terrible, horrible, wonderful, very good, like that terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day gift.
Yeah, yeah, well,
In
right.
this
So that
thing.
it's not all or nothing. It could be, I consider awful at the same time. It could be a gift.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Wanda's sharing, what if Parkinson's is better to have than something else? For all we know.
That's all. I mean, yeah, I have those thoughts.
Yes. It's not great to notice, oh yeah, I've had those thoughts too. It just runs and Anne, and if the work works with this worst case scenario situation, then what is there really to be afraid of?
Wow.
My son has a right to live and die right on time. And now I don't have to worry about him dying surfing.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I will also live and die just as I do, right on time. Wanda, what if loving TV is better than loving something else? Yeah. What if I'm safe and it's okay?
And not
Somebody,
comparing, it's like
yeah,
it is what it is. And I
yeah,
don't have to compare it that it's better or worse than something else. It's just this.
just this. Oh, somebody had their hand up. Who was that? Can raise it again. Ludo. Here, I'll ask you to unmute.
Yes. Hi, everybody. So we did a turnaround that was I don't want me, and then we turned it into I want me. I was wondering whether we can find some examples of the turnaround I want me, whether, whatever the me is, but just
Sure.
to find examples, because in the work, we usually find examples
Yeah.
that support the turnaround. So just wondering what can be said about that. I do want me, the way I am with the illness, with that or whatever, with the condition,
What do you
etc.
find there? What do you find there? Just see yourself. Like what's an example? Huh.
The first thing that occurred to me was that each of us is somehow unique, and so that could be one reason to, to want me. I mean, to be that particular person that we are in this, in this life, at this point in life, whatever. This could be one.
Yeah. Beautiful. Can you feel that? Like Yeah.
Yeah, because when we think, I don't want to have that, or I'd like my face or my body to be different, and then do we really want that? It's strange how then, doing the work, you realize that whatever you have, you want it. And so I was just wondering whether other people have other examples. I do want to be me. I do want to have this that I have.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of an example for me is that people have commented how great I am in the way I'm handling this, and that I'm really, digging into it and looking at it. I'm not ignoring it, and that I can able to do research on it. And so in this process, I'm realizing a lot of my strengths that I didn't know I had.
Wow. There you go.
That would be,
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be a human being having this experience. Yeah. Yeah. What if there was a great mystery or force, God, source, something that comes in and says, you know what? Okay, I've heard all your complaints. I will now take you into a whole nother place, and you will no longer be the one you were.
Mm.
But you will not learn. Of course, you will not get to have that full experience. Beginning, middle, and end, and all that it had to offer.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh.
Also, I mean, this could be a little literary, but I mean, you change one single detail and you change the whole story. Whatever you did in the past, whatever awaits you in the future. I mean, it might be nice to be me because, of all the things that we've been through and the nice people we met, or, adventures we had, etc., etc. So I don't know. That could be also a good reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Great.
Wonderful. Yeah. All the good and all the bad as the mind does it, it categorizes, how it categorizes.
Right.
It just does
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did that thing, like looking at this is what this is, like this experience comes along. And does it have something to offer? And it doesn't mean I have to shut down the mind that is interested in survival, kind of amazing to be here. It seems, like I'd love to be here. More time.
More just being present right now, the second, right? This rather
Yeah.
than somewhere else worrying about something or
Totally. You got it. Yes. And notice how that is just a leaning into the future.
Mhm.
Anyway, And Dina sharing, I wouldn't know how to be anyone else. That's really good to notice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And Wanda, I'm glad I'm me. I can enjoy TV and rest and not become or die like Dad.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not the same person. Yeah. And, I love noticing just for future, like wonderings of inquiry, just watching those other people have their experience, which sometimes is where something like fear of Parkinson's comes from. You see what it looks like over there and go like, oh my God, that won't be good.
Mhm.
And or there that person was watching TV, and are you absolutely positive they are having a bad time?
Yeah.
The way they were going and what happened and the way they died and whatever's going on is terrible. Are you sure? Who's more upset about it?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh my
You,
God.
Bonnie. Yeah, I really feel very supported, and it doesn't have that. I don't feel the panic that I had when I started off.
Oh, so good. Yeah. Thank you, Shira. Anyone want to share and with Shira, or come off mute and just comment or anything you learned, any insights? beautiful. I love being with this. Well, I always do, but love being with this today. Anyone want to share even just what you were looking at yourself if you didn't share it in the chat? Yeah, May.
I've mostly just been listening and participating, just kind of walking around my house, but it was a beautiful inquiry, and it just reminds me that what my mind wants out of life is not always what life is giving me, and that I'm able to enjoy the life experience that is being given to me, and that even in cases that seem extreme, like I thought for a moment at the beginning, I was like, oh yeah, like I wouldn't want Parkinson's, like that's horrible, of course, like that's something to be upset about. And as we went through this, it's just like, oh my God, like we each have a unique life that we're living. And I just feel like less judgmental towards people in general, whatever condition they have. And I also have been holding a lot of resistance towards the size of my stomach. And this is kind of a practical thing, not an inquiry thing, but I don't like to wear bras. And I tried on a bra with this top that I'm planning to wear tonight. And I'm like, oh, well, that solved half my worry. Like it just changed the shape. I was like, okay, we're good to go. So thanks for letting me share.
Oh, love it. Anyone else? Love sharing. Fira, I'm glad for you to get so much benefit from the work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teresa.
It was so helpful when we did the turnaround. It's okay that it's here, because just to say, or to remind it's okay, that is just like a platitude, or like it's just something that the mind doesn't listen to or believe. But it's okay that it's here. And because what I saw was, it doesn't stop me, no matter what my blood sugar number says, it doesn't stop me from loving my people, from working, from doing things that I love, from exercising. It doesn't stop me from being creative, or eating, or drinking, or sleeping, or cleaning, or thinking. Like, it was like, oh, there's the living turnaround. It's okay that it's here. And reminding myself that it doesn't stop me from anything. Isn't
that amazing?
So helpful.
Yeah. Sometimes these things even enhance the stuff we care about the most. Yeah. Lisa. Liz or Lisa?
Yes, hi, it's Liz.
Liz.
Okay, I living by myself, and I advancing in age. And I know sometimes I fear, I just have the thought, well, I'm advancing in age, what's gonna happen? I know when something used to happen to me, I would be in shock. How will I be able to take care of myself? And I less able to do the things I used to do before. And this was, yeah, it's a path. And thank you so much, Shira. At first, I thought I was not concerned by it. It was just interesting to hear the comments, and then I said, I mean, this is us. This is us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Just listening to everybody and the comments and all that, it's just, like being part of the human race.
Yeah.
Parkinson's,
Yeah.
For inviting me into your club.
Yes. You belong. We all belong here.
Right.
We all belong here. Yeah. Very sweet, everyone. Thank you so much. So good to be with you. And remember, there's a third Friday for those within the time zone that works for that. Australia comes to that. So third Friday of the month.
At what time?
3:30 in the afternoon Pacific time.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes. And then, or first, oh, it won't be it's like the second Friday of December, by the way.
Ah, okay,
Tom
good.
and I will be doing a retreat. If you know Tom Compton, we'll be doing a retreat together for December or November 29th to December 5th, the whole week.
Wow.
Really awesome. It's always beautiful. So
Are
online.
these, where are these stored? Do you have recordings of the first
Yes.
Friday?
Yes, I do. And I usually send them out, usually, you know, in Grace Notes. people are shaking their head. No, you don't. So. But they're on YouTube on just the work, like it's the general. So it's a public sharing that people can find. So on my YouTube channel, which I think
Okay,
is,
thank you.
yeah. But
And
it'll,
thank you so much for this sharing. It was amazing.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for your work following along. So powerful.
Thank you for making a safe place for it.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful, everybody. Lots of love. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye, everybody. Take good care.
Thanks, Grace.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Grace.
Thank you.
Thank you.